before we start, I just have one question to ask you. Do we really need to know this question, page 185? It says, I'm embarrassed by sounds coming from my vagina when I make love. What causes this and how do I handle it? Do we really need to know this?
You've been wanting to know the answer to this for a long time, I know. Well, we need to be discussing these things because this is what sex is like in real life for most people.
You know what? You're right, because the truth is, in movies and television, it is not really how it happens. You don't hear, you don't see the reality of things, and it is very embarrassing. But I mean, what do?
Well, the first thing you do is you accept that when we make love, our bodies make sounds and smells and like that, and that it's okay. And if your body makes a sound or a smell that you don't like, you look at your partner and say, we're still okay, right? And you just keep going.
So you do acknowledge it?
If you need to acknowledge it, go ahead. If your partner isn't going like this, then I don't think you even need to acknowledge it.
If the partner goes, what the heck was that? It's not good.
Most people who are sexually experienced know that their partner's body will make sounds and smells, and so they probably won't make a big fuss about it.
I guess that means you can't blame it on the dog. Okay. You have put together a few quiz questions for our audience. Who would like to play our sex etiquette quiz today? Give me okay, I'm going to go to the audience and...
I'll wait here.
You'll wait here. I'll be right back. Okay. Who's going to play? How about, okay, you right there? You want to be first? These are Marty's questions, okay? And tell me how you would answer these questions. If you have to go to the bathroom during lovemaking, what do you do? Do you know what the answer is?
No. But
tell me what you would do. What do you do?
Okay. If I had to go, I'd probably say, hold that thought. I gotta go.
Hold that thought. Correct or incorrect answer?
Wonderful answer.
Good. Really?
Assuming that you come back after you finish, right?
Assuming it's not a major, 10-minute reading magazines and if he's, but it doesn't kind of slow things down a bit.
Only for a minute. I think it's important that we understand that sex is not just some express train that we get on, and once we're on it, we just have to keep going and going and going and going and going, and then we're done. What sex is like in real life, it sort of goes up and down, up and down. You know, the telephone rings and you lose your excitement a little bit, and then you get going again, and then
how about
somebody
this,
leans on your hair. Ow, ow, the excitement goes down again.
How about this? I have read, and I believe it's true, that if a woman has a full bladder, that sometimes sex is more stimulating. Yes? She said yes.
I think for some people that's true. If we had a little chart of female anatomy here, the vagina and the bladder are very close to each other, and so one can put pressure on the other. It works in the opposite direction. When women have intercourse for a long period of time, sometimes they feel that they have to go to the bathroom because of the pressure on the bladder.
So I'm not the only one, because I think it's true sometimes. Go ahead, what? Say.
As a pre-med student, we've learned that, yes, the nerves are so connected, they're so near each other that when you have one stimulated, it stimulates the other. It's just...
So you just stay where you are, you don't go.
If it's too bad, or if it's like not the TT that you must do, then you have to go. If it's, the other, you got to go.
TT? You're a pre-med student. You can't say the word?
8.
You're an 8. She said it. Okay. All right. Who else wants to play our quiz? I'm looking for a guy here. How about you? You want to play? All right. Here's your question. Stand up. If you lose your erection in the middle of sex... Oh, turn this way. Okay. If you lose your erection, you can tell Marty how you would answer this question. What do you do?
Oh, boy. That's a tough one.
Of course. Because it never happens to you personally, of course.
Right. Oh, boy.
I'll give you a...
Her answer was a good one. Please hold that thought.
Correct answer?
And then go to the bathroom, right?
And then go...
Well, the correct answer is, as this woman said, don't make a big fuss about it. And if you want, you can turn to your partner and you can say, this doesn't seem to be working out for the moment. Let's keep cuddling. I want to keep touching you. You can not mention it, and you can just kiss your partner, and you can stimulate your partner with your hand or with your mouth. The important thing about it is, if a man loses his erection, not to make a big fuss about it, and not to turn away from your partner. That's the most important thing. I'm sure that women will all agree that if they're making love with someone and he loses his erection, they don't mind that as much as they mind if the man turns away or criticizes them or criticizes
But what should we do in that case, though? Isn't it kind of, it's just as difficult for us.
Just be friendly.
What does that mean?
Well...
I mean, what?
Well...
Have a nice day? Is that
what it means is you can continue having sex together. You can't have intercourse for a moment, but you can continue stimulating each other.
Do we say anything? Do we acknowledge it? Or do we kind of pretend it's not happening?
You can say, that's okay, no problem, and then continue with sex so the person experiences that it's no problem. And you can say it's no problem, but then the person's going to know it's a problem.
Okay. Can we do one audience? Who has a... Will you take a couple questions from the audience?
Be happy to.
Who has some questions? You got one? Yeah.
What do you do when your boyfriend's a terrible kisser? Do you tell him or teach him?
Is he?
Yeah.
She's actually asking this question for a friend.
For a friend, yeah. It's your girlfriend's boyfriend who's a terrible kisser.
Well, let me change the question just a little bit. What do you do if your boyfriend kisses in a way that you don't especially like? Because that means that nobody has to be wrong about it. When we are not happy with what our partner does, we don't want to say, I'm okay, you're not okay.
Yeah.
What we want to say is, you do it in a way that I'm not exactly happy with. So one thing that you can do is you can ask your partner if there's anything that he would like changed about the way that you kiss, because maybe he's not entirely satisfied either. Another thing you can do is you can demonstrate. You can say, honey, tonight I'm going to show you exactly how I like to be kissed. You're in for a treat. It's not that I'm giving you instructions because you're a fool. You're in for a treat. I'm going to show you exactly the way I like to be kissed. Now, just lay on your back, honey, and get ready for a big treat. And then you show him exactly how you like to do it.
Are you going to try it?
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. We have more audience questions. We will get to them in just a moment. Don't go away. We're back with Marty Klein talking about sex etiquette. And Russell, you have a question. What is it, please?
Well, I'd like to know if you're in bed with a woman and you have to pass gas, what are you going to do?
Aim it away from her.
You can't be serious.
Well, what would you like?
You don't pass wind in front of somebody else. Sex or no, I mean, even worse during sex. Are you serious?
Well, half the people in this room have done it.
Who's ever done that with their partner? Huh? You did? Just a minute, Russell. Stand up for a minute.
Accidents happen.
Oh, it was an accident?
Yes, and it's beyond control.
What did she do when it happened?
Smiled.
It's very important that we keep in mind that it's the human body that's making love with another human body. And human bodies do all sorts of strange things, all sorts of interesting things. And we need to not make a big fuss about this so that we can stay with the main event, which is being close with somebody.
That's real close, but yeah, what?
Hi, let me preface this question. Honey, this is not about us. But I know some people who have never, ever had orgasms, women in specific. And I was wondering, why is that? And if you do you fake it? I mean, if you don't have one, do you fake it? Or
Well,
don't fake it.
I can answer the second part of the question first, which is don't fake it. Please don't fake orgasms. It's very important. Once you fake one orgasm, fake another one and another one and another one. And you and your partner will never really learn how to have sex together in a way that's satisfying for everybody. Intercourse is only one kind of sex, and it is not the way that most women have orgasms. And so if you're not having an orgasm from intercourse, but you're having orgasm from oral sex or hand or whatever, then it's just fine.
Good. Yes, what's yours?
My question is,